Okay, what else? Right, next up is looking after yourself. The hardest thing about riding a long distance is keeping yourself mentally aware and your body up to the job, which means hydration. Right now I'm out in the sunshine, it's first thing in the morning, I'm really dehydrated, I need to go and get some water badly. Carrying water with you, absolutely essential. Just little bottles of Evian or some mineral water will really help boost your concentration levels and your comfort levels. Don't carry anything on your body if you can help it, like a rucksack or perhaps even a waist bag. Any weight that is your body is obviously going to fatigue you, and if you're in the saddle for quite a few hours, it's obviously going to add up to one tired rider, and tired riders make mistakes, and mistakes are not good on long distance journeys. So what I've got is just the bag on the back. Let's go back to it. Just the bag on the back and the tank bag, and on me I just have a Alpine Stars, I don't know if you can see it, a back protector, undergarments which helps wicks away any sweat, which keeps my body a bit fresher. Leg wise, we've got some textile garments which allow the air to go through. Staying cool is obviously a big part of that. Full bike boots, and then going over here we've got an Alpine Stars stunt jacket, again air mesh, very good quality, it comes with a removable liner so you can stay warm. Yes, do keep your passport on you at all times. Some Alpine Stars, I think they're like GP gloves, sports touring model, so they come with Gore-Tex, which is also good if you get caught out in any showers. They're very comfortable. You do have to break them in though, so what I got was I got a friend with bigger hands than me to actually force his hand into that stretch a bit before I went on my journey. Helmet, obviously make sure it's up to the job. Tinted visor, you don't really have to worry too much about police forces aboard. They're not concerned with tinted visors and the like, but you do need one because the sun is obviously going to be very strong. You don't want it in your face because you're going to be able to wipe it very long. You can wear sunglasses if you want. I prefer a removable insert, which is actually questionably legal in the UK. I've been told by police officers that because it's not part of the visor itself, it doesn't actually count as a dark visor. Right, so I'm going to do 350 miles now from Bourg-en-Bresse, which is just south of Dijon, and we're going to head, not exactly sure how we're going to cross into Italy. Been a bit blasé about planning the route. I did try to plan the route on the computer using the Garmin software, but I found it quite cumbersome and difficult to use. It wasn't very flexible, and upon planning it and downloading it to the actual sat-nav unit, the route's completely different. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but we'll include that as part of our write-up. A bit difficult. So now, just tighten the chain, get all the gear, get on the bike, get some water, get some fuel, and off we go. Fuel-wise, that was one of my main concerns. How often would there be fuel stops? I couldn't easily take that into account when I'm planning my ride, planning the route. But luckily, the French at least have petrol stops much closer together than the Brits. I think it was about every 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers, something like that, which is pretty easy. Speeds, yes, obviously Europe works in kilometers, not miles an hour. Now the Suzuki clocks, you can actually change to running kilometers per hour, and I thought it was by holding down both buttons at the same time, but that didn't work. Couldn't do it, got quite frustrated. So I'm actually using the sat-nav in kilometers, and it tells you your current speed. So for the beginning part of my journey, obviously when I wanted to be doing 70 kilometers an hour, I looked at the sat-nav and then compared it to miles, and so I could remember the main changes, which in Europe are 50 kilometers, 70, 90 and 130 kilometers an hour. 130 kilometers an hour on the toll roads is pretty damn good. Obviously 130 kilometers is about 87, 88 miles an hour, which is obviously 70 and 80 miles an hour quicker than our 70 top limit. So everyone else seems to cruise at about 100 miles an hour. Not condoning you do that, and it's also worth being aware that on things like toll roads they can time you from point to point and get your average speed and issue a fine. I didn't experience that on this trip. I only saw one police car and it was responding to an incident. So 500 miles, no police, pretty good. Held a pretty good speed and got here on time. Toll roads, riding in France, that's brilliant. Riding in France is great fun. The drivers are very considerate. They move out the way. They've got excellent lane discipline. They only move into the outside lanes to overtake, and then they move back immediately. I'm sure it's not like this in all the urban areas, but out here in the sort of more rural cities and towns, the drivers are impeccable. The roads are really well kept, much better condition than ours. The toll roads are incredible. They're just very well maintained. I've never seen a pothole in France. If only the Brits could do that, eh? And we pay a good road tax. I'm not sure what the French equivalent is. And obviously they have tolls as well, which pay for maintenance. But yeah, it's all good. Let's go. One thing that's probably also worth adding is what we're doing here is carrying a lot of luggage. There's quite a lot of weight. The chain alone is probably about 8 or 10 kilograms. And then the backpack, I don't know how heavy that is, but I kind of walk like Quasimodo, taking it from the hotel room back to the bike. This much weight on the bike will adversely affect the handling. A bike like this is finely tuned anyhow to have the right compromise of performance and comfort. More performance orientated, I would say. But with this much weight on the back, turning into corners, it can wallow a little bit, and it can feel a little bit vague if you're pushing it quite hard into corners, as I found myself running wide on a few corners, which you may see on the onboard video. So just be careful. You can't throw it around as much, which is probably a good thing, because you need to have some performance in reserve, really. You know, keep it toned down a bit. You're doing a lot of miles, you don't want any mishaps. You have a lot of support mechanisms in place at home that you don't out here. What I have is RAC radar cover. It costs me a significant amount for a yearly Europe-wide comprehensive plan, but it really does make me safe in the knowledge that if anything happens, I'll be really well looked after. Other things like maintenance or dealing with situations, I've got a puncture repair kit, which is hopefully something I'll never need to use, but I bought a good one. It cost me about £16. And hopefully that'll stay tucked away on the back of the bag. Okay, time to ride.